Hi, I'm Todd Winty, and this is the Daily 180 180 seconds of motivation and inspiration intended to help you take action and make progress in your life. This is episode 514 of the Daily 180, and I am excited. I'm stoked, actually, to be able to bring this particular episode to you because it's something that I get to talk about that I have spent way too much of my life trying to figure out. In an earlier episode, we talked about, or series of episodes, we talked about planning and improvisation. And one of the things that I threw out there was if anybody's interested, I'd be willing to talk a little bit about how I plan and what I do for planning tools and how I go about the planning process. I received a few responses that said, "Yeah, hey, you know what? I'd love to hear more about how you go through the process of planning." And so I decided for the next 5 episodes, for the next week, we're going to go through and I'm going to show you some of the things, some of the ways that I go about trying to plan my day, be effective, make sure I get things done in an appropriate way. There are pieces of this process that for some of you, they're going to be very, very simple. You're going to look at it and say, well, duh. And for others of you, you might say, I'd never thought about it that way. I want to start by talking today about the format. And when I talk about format, I mean, are you going to use a planner that is electronic in nature, or are you going to use one that is more free form and writing? It's important to figure out which one you want to use because I guarantee you, if you pick a format that doesn't work for you, you're hosed. You're completely goofed up, and there's no way that you're going to be able to use the tool to have it be successful in your life. Now, for me, I'm a little bit of a confused individual. I'm sure none of you will be surprised by that. But I love writing. And so for me, having some kind of a writing planner is a critical thing. I love it. What I currently am using for my planner is a Rocketbook. No, I'm not getting any money if you go out to the Rocketbook site and try and buy something. I'll try and put some links in there. But you know what? Rocketbook for this size, it works really well. I like using a planner that has this kind of a format where I can put some cards in there and I've got some other pieces. But for me, what I try to do once I've identified my format is try and make sure that I make it simple and easy for me to be able to work with. I love writing, but I also recognize that I can't do it all in here because if I'm doing it all in there, I'm probably going to miss things along the way. So I also use my phone. My phone has two things on it, two apps that I use fairly aggressively. One of them is my Google Calendars. I'm working with Android right now, so while I have Google Calendars on here, I also have it synchronized to my iPad for my iCalendar. But I use electronic calendars to keep track of events and also to keep track of tasks. We'll talk about how those work together in probably the next episode. Probably not until 2 episodes from now, but trust me, we'll get there. The other thing that I do with this is I have an app called Evernote, and I've used Evernote now for almost 20 years. And Evernote is the other app that I use on my phone to make sure that I'm capturing things that I need to capture. I like using a combined format, but whichever format you use, whether you use electronic or you use a writing one, over the next 4 or 5 episodes, we're going to show you some really good tools, some really good tasks, task management strategies, and some mindsets that should help you effectively manage your time and use a planner to get some better things done, to make more progress in your life, because that's what this is all about. This one's gone a little bit long. I appreciate your patience. Trust me, it's going to be worth it as we continue to go on. Make sure you hit the button to be subscribed and the bell so that you know when we're releasing more of these. Share these with people in your tribe so that more people can make progress. That's what this is all about. In the meantime, this has been the Daily 180. My name is Todd Winty. Go forth and conquer. We'll see you soon.